Hancock, he's the mayor around here. Elected by himself, accepted by everyone.
Downstairs. Don't bother the other patrons.
Hey folks, time for some news. Though, actually,
buddy,
this time
I need
it's
to be a
more
lot more
addressing
high
some
or a
rumors.
lot more drunk to be bothered.
Hey, Charlie.
I'm sure
Boy,
many of you
we
have
got
heard
beer.
tales of the
You ain't-
failure of
Yo,
the group working to
do you know Imogene Cabot?
Name rings a bell. Try Magnolia.
While it's
She like
possible,
Magnolia.
sure,
This guy wants
Sure.
they may actually be out there. If so, makes sense that they're keeping a low profile. It's a dangerous idea and is met by some very mixed reactions around the Commonwealth.
What's the matter, Hanson?
I guess if you are out there,
I love this
good
song.
luck not getting caught.
Oh, well, thank you.
Up
Now,
next
there's
is
something...
Connie
It's your
Allen,
eyes.
Rocket
So what
69.
brings a man like...
Uh-huh. I came here for the music.
So it's my turn to answer.
I was wondering if...
Oh, really?
Right. You, me,
And then what?
music.
I knew you were something special.
Yeah,
Let me get my coat.
sure.
I'm gonna be the stage, though.
Excuse me, miss.
I'll see you around, good neighbor. I'm sorry. I have to go. You take care.
What? No, it can't. It's you. From Sanctuary Hills, right?
Wait, are you from Vault-Tec?
I am Vault-Tec. 20 years of loyal service, and now look at me. I wasn't on the list. But you, look at you. 200 years, and you're still perfect. How? How's that possible?
You don't know? They didn't tell you?
Tell me what?
Uh-huh. Well, you kill enough people, sooner or later something's bound to make you immortal.
Oh, after the bombs fell and I came to, that bucket of bolts was still there.
You saw Codsworth? What did he say?
Welcome to our happy home, sir. Just like that. Oh,
Yep. I must have set Codsworth's blind optimism levels to stunningly.
you know, you're the only other person. Oh, God.
Good Neighbor seems like an okay place. Just make the most of it.
You know, if you heard that same keep your chin up shit for 2 centuries, you might feel a bit...
Fred, are you going to hang out in the lobby all day again?
I was out by the Cambridge ruins yesterday. Heard this weird distress call. Somebody's in a pickle.
Entertainment's down the stairs.
Well, looks like we got another freak, just won't fit anywhere else.
Magnolia,
Something I can do for you, handsome?
do you know Imogene Cabot?
Imogene? Sure. I know her. I haven't seen her in a while, though.
I just need to talk to her.
Why are you looking?
Her family hired me to find out.
Well, I suppose it won't hurt to tell you.
Time's wasting. Tell me where she is.
There was this preacher fella who used to come in here all the time. One of the slick ones. Always going on about remaking your life and so on. Most of the customers wouldn't give him the time of day, but Imogene, she latched on to him for some reason. I don't suppose it hurt that he was easy on the eyes. Intense. Some women find that irresistible. Pam, would you come over here a minute?
Is there a problem, Miss Magnolia?
No, this fine gentleman here was just looking for Imogene. Do you happen to know where that preacher fella came from?
Brother Thomas?
Yes, that's right. The one Imogene was always hanging on.
Had to throw him out. Wouldn't stop bothering customers with that salvation racket. Kept going on and on about joining him at the back bay. Then he'd shove those stupid flyers in your face. Here, I kept one of them, just in case he didn't pay his bar tab.
Well, thanks, honey. You were a big help.
Anything for you, miss.
I hope Imogene's all right. I didn't much like the idea of her going off with that preacher fella.
Hey.
I toss out the troublemakers. Keep that in mind.
That was anything goes by Cole Porter.
I hope you decide to change your life today.
You should talk to Brother Thomas.
about how to join our movement.
Here's a bit of news
Welcome,
concerning the vaults
neighbor.
of the Commonwealth.
We're always glad to see a new face
Some of you
around
out
here.
there may be
Tell me
familiar with
something.
Vault 81.
You ever feel
Nice
like
place.
this whole
They keep to
world is
themselves,
broken?
not very social.
Do you ever wonder why
Apparently
things
they've
can't
suffered
be the
from
way
some
they
sort
were
of
in the good old
disease
days?
outbreak in there. I guess maybe it's a good thing.
I've got more
they
important
don't
things to worry about.
I doubt that, neighbor.
But I shouldn't
What could be more important than
was
transforming
evidently
your
pretty
life,
serious.
and maybe the
And of
whole
course,
world
we
along
all
with it?
empathize
We call
with their
ourselves the pillars of the
I have
community.
seen reports of
We're
some
a pretty new
but my
movement, so you
understanding
may
is that
not have
things
heard
are
of
now
us.
under
But we're growing fast all across the Commonwealth, and you can be part of this exciting future. Step right this way, and I'll be happy to tell you all about our movement and how you can be a part of it.
I'm looking for Imogene Cabot.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Emma Jean is indisposed right now. She's not seeing visitors.
I'm not leaving without seeing her.
You can't see her. She, can't come out of her room right now. Not that it's any of your business, but she and I are just having a little relationship trouble. You know how it is. She's not seeing anybody until she cools off.
I'm going to see her, one way or another.
One way or another, we're going to see her.
You picked the wrong guy to mess with, pal.
Disappearing! Maintain your position! Watch out! Fight to the last man!
Good work. Don't leave anything behind.
You must be Imogene.
Don't tell me. Jack sent me.
You're Jack's sister? I was expecting someone to...
You really know how to flatter a lady, don't you? Just to be clear, I'm Jack's younger sister, the baby of the family. Once I get home and get some of Jack's serum, I'll be back to my usual stunning self.
Jack has a serum that reverses aging?
It's more like it halts aging. I started taking it when I was 32, so normally that's what I look like. You'll see once I get my treatment.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get
Watch
going
it.
already.
They've gone.
It wasn't my idea for you to come.
You could be a little more grateful to the person who's...
Oh, Thomas would have let me go
Hostiles have
eventually.
retreated.
I was bored with Thomas anyway. He actually thought it would force me to join his...
Your boyfriend's dead.
Thomas? He wasn't my boyfriend. Besides, he shouldn't. Don't worry, I'll find my own way home. I'm not quite ready to face Mother. And thank you. I really do appreciate you coming to find me. Even though I didn't actually need rescuing.
signal is strangely weak.
Oh my
Edward,
God, it's
switch
happening.
over to the Hartley modulator. Do you copy?
Switching now. How's this?
Oh, that's done it. Edward, what's going on there?
We're under attack. They're inside the building.
Inside? Can you keep them out of the basement?
I'm trying, Jack. I've never seen raiders that... For God's sake, Sammy, the doorway, right there. Sorry. Things are a little busy around here right now.
Listen, if they're inside the building, you have to go to the office and shut down the elevator. You can't risk them getting to Lorenzo.
Got it. Office. Elevator. You better round up whoever you can and get...
Hello? Edward? Come in. Edward! Ah! There's no signal at all. I've lost him.
What's happening, Jack? If these people are inside Parsons, if they free him...
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I always knew it would end this way. I never should have allowed you to lock up Lorenzo in that place.
That isn't helping, Mother. And as I recall, using the serum was your idea, not mine.
So what are you going to do?
I said I'll handle it. I'm thinking.
Oh. What do you want?
What's going on?
That was Edward. He's at Parsons, the old asylum. They're under attack by raiders. It's strange. The guards have held off raiders before without any trouble. I don't know what's gone wrong this time.
Probably the same raiders that stole the serum.
Could be. If some of them had used the undiluted serum, it could explain their unusual success against Edward's men.
What exactly does this serum do?
I suppose it's time you knew. But it also confers other side effects, especially in the undiluted form that the raiders stole. It increases strength and resistance to all kinds of physical damage. So at least some of these raiders may be much more dangerous than the ones you're used to dealing with.
If you're 400 years old, then you were born before the Great War.
Yes, I think you were too. I'd say mid-21st century?
That's right. I was in cryosleep until recently.
Interesting. We'll have to talk more about that later, but time presses. Is there anything else before we get going?
Where do you get this serum from?
My father, Lorenzo Cabot, is confined in Parsons. He became dangerously unstable after handling an artifact he found on an archaeological dig in Arabia. He gained various seemingly paranormal powers, as well as becoming increasingly irrational. And
why is telling him all this?
In the course of my attempts to cure him, I discovered that the artifact had introduced so the source of his insanity. That if he were to escape from Parsons, I would lose my father forever. I will not allow, not to mention that the artifact has made him...
If you get my meaning. Truly one of the greatest...
We'd better get to Parsons right away then.
Exactly right. Hold on. Weren't you off looking for Imogene? Did you find...
Yeah, I found her. Hard to believe she didn't want to come home to her loving family.
That's truly none of your concern.
At least there's one small comfort on this terrible day.
You'll be wanting to be paid, of course. Caps is what you use for... Before we go, I need you to understand something. When we get to Parsons, you need to do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more.
I'm not that great at taking orders.
Then it's time to learn. Make sure you have what...
Jack, be careful. And try not to hurt him.
I love Father at least as much as you do. But you know as well as I do that if he gets free, there will only be one option.
Don't let it come to that, please.
I'll do my best, Mother. And if Imogene finally comes home, for God's sake, don't let her leave again until I get back. Now, I really do have to go.
I don't need anything right now, thank you.